Hola, amigos and amigas of the world. Peoples whose virtuosity and wellness programs from the Middle East to the Southern West, from the Southern West to the Middle East, are, are overwhelmingly good. I'm here to knock your socks off again. That's what I do. I knock socks off. If your socks are still on, I don't know why they would still be on. That's just nutty because I'm currently knocking them off. I'm always knocking them off. If your socks are still on, there's something wrong with your sock onedness. Not with my knock socks offedness. Because I knock socks off like you, like locks of shocks. You do like locks of shocks, that's for sure. Locks of shocks and docks. Everybody wants all my cocks. Alright, everybody, put your hands together. While we're waiting for some people to show up. While we're finding out who's here. While we're seeing who's going to be making the scene tonight. I'm your MBO MC. My name is MC Host Eric. And I want to welcome you. You're one of our friends. We're welcoming you. We like to welcome you with our welcoming bones. We're going to welcome you harder. We're going to welcome you well. We're going to welcome you smarter. Welcome to hell. We're the welcoming crew. Welcome, everybody. I want to welcome you to Talk About Turn People tonight. I'm the leader of the welcoming crew, Host Eric. I found bacon in the house. I found bacon as part of the welcoming crew as well. I've promoted them to welcome and well. I got Zandy. She's here. She's welcome and she's welcoming. Taylor Van Amber is here. And he's gonna say, hey, I'd like to be the MC today who welcomes everybody. Yay? Yay, I say. Tay, Lord Van Amber. You can be on the welcoming committee too. Welcome. Hey, look, that's my girlfriend, Rachel La Pelosa. I just had an interesting talk with my dad. Told me not to buy a ticket back yet, cause he might want to wait to that. He said you should stay here 3 weeks now instead of 2 weeks and then go back for a week. I don't know either, right? It makes no sense at all. I mean, it does make sense. It's basically he wants to wait until experiencing the beginning of April, where he receives financial information from the government and from other shit, like the long-term care insurance, and which he will find out when they will pay. I mean, he knows it already, but it hasn't happened, so hey, it might not, and he's got to contingencies. If you are ESTJ, you love yourself some contingencies. If you are an ESTJ, find yourself some contingencies. I got contingencies over here. I got insurance for those contingencies. I got contingencies over there that will never ever happen. But please, I'm gonna plan for some contingencies that'll never happen. I got a plan for some contingencies in case contingencies fail. Doubled up contingencies, gonna quadruple up contingencies. I got a contingency for contingencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. I like my contingencies. I'm gonna plan it up. I'm gonna find a solution now for every solution and the problem that might hit up here. A little song called ESTJ Contingency Love. ESTJs love making love to contingencies. You could easily say ESTJ have a contingency fetish. You could easily say ESTJ have a contingency fetish. Don't touch your contingency fetish to my head of lettuce. That is offensive to me. No more please contingencies. I'm as cool as Lionel Richie, one of history's coolest band. I know how to rock and roll like Lionel Richie. It's great to be like him, yeah. I like a lot like Lionel Richie. Long son. If you think that Lionel Richie was boring, not sure what's wrong with you, son. Totally a toss-up. I said it's totally a toss-up. Said it's totally a toss-up between Hall and Oates and Lionel Richie. I said it's totally a toss-up. Yeah, it's totally a toss-up between Hall and Oates and Lionel Richie. Who do you want at your birthday party that you entertain? Said it's totally a toss-up. Totally a toss-up. Who do you want at your bar mitzvah? They're happy to entertain. I said it's totally a toss-up. Totally a toss-up. I just can't ever decide. Daryl Hall is not a nice guy, but Lionel Richie is so badass. What about that Oates? I think he's an alcohol to drink. Wants to make me always think what a good guy he is too. I got a woman named Rachel. She lives in New York for a few more days though. Soon enough she'll be here with me in LA. And she says I'm the best boyfriend anyway. I like it. You're not a Spaniard, nor Catalonia. Instead, you're Rachel La Pelosa. You're one of those people they call your girlfriend. Except you're mine and not for other men. Rachel La Pelosa. I got a woman full of womanliness. I got a woman with those big womanly old tits. I got a woman and she's got a butt like most women, but I nevertheless think she's significantly different and superior than those other women. Not because only that she's mine. I actually prefer her all of the time. Stumbling want what's best in life, I guess. I spent so many years so wrong, stumbling into my first success means finding out the rest of your life. The path is before you. Wake up every morning, know the slabs adore you, know the slabs are there on your side. Rachel Appaloosa, up into brother. End of the song. The drums have stopped is why. Hi everybody. I thought I'd start with a little bit of, oh wait, there's some more singing here. Hold on there. Wait, don't forget about, wait, wait. The beat hasn't stopped. The beat hasn't stopped. There's still beat. What do you know? We can all rap along now, so Matias Sanchez, why don't you make a rap about Pez? Winston's mom, you could rap along. Rachel Appaloosa, you could build a Sosa, a Sammy Sosa with some steroids now. And Ghost Rider, you could join her how? How would you like that? Hambone, what you doing over there? Well, your feet are cold? That's okay. Don't feel bad. Rachel Appaloosa, Winston's mom is sad for you. That means you have sympathy. Just like you want, Hambone, now gee. Ghost Rider asked Rachel, how are you? She said, I don't know, how are you? Then she replies, I don't know either. And then they have a back, forth, and fiver. Today was the day that I sucked on Franklin's dick. Even though that's not the sort of thing I normally do. I figured why not, might as well get some shot of T.E. What you gonna do? So, hi Frank James, I love you. Today was the day that I discovered not so bad being Frank James' lover. Practicality ensue. I guess I understand what the prostitutes do for a living. Which is not to say that I don't think Frank James is great. I do think he's pretty damn good. He's surprisingly correct about the cognitive functions. I was surprised at how right he was and the conjunction between what he said and what I say as well. So go to hell if you think I'm lying at all. I'm not lying, I'm just saying I'm crying at all because I'm not accustomed to bending over. Natural occasions want to four-leaf clover. Gotta sacrifice some pride for growth in any way in life, and that's okay, it's something I should do. How about you, Frank James? Well, you're watching that thing. Why Frank James watching that thing? And the Frank and then here's the thing. I'm joking about everything that I was saying. If you're concerned, Matias Sanchez, don't be on playing. It's okay and everything's fine. I don't actually figure that I suffered a loss of dignity at all. It just makes me feel uncomfortable having positive interactions with people online. I'm so accustomed to fighting with everybody, you know? Mutually beneficial respect? I'm really kind of mean, mutual respect is beneficial to me, not beneficial to him. He doesn't need my help for anything. He's got you two all figured out, Jim. Who would like to sing along with me now? We could sing a song about reincarnated cows, animals progressing spiritually. Hobo's mojo, what's his up? I'll tell you, G-U-C-S it up. Get ready for a funky, funky jam. Uh-huh. Funk. Uh-huh. Funk, funk. Uh-huh. Funk, funk, funk. How many funks funk for funk for funk, funk? Uh-huh. Funk. I like it, don't you? Oops. Alright, well, we'll leave the drums out for a while. I can see how you might get tired of that after a fairly short period of time. I could do it forever, pretty much. It's like my thing or whatever. It's so fun to do. You know, it's, what can I say about what can I say? What I would say is that I wish I had such a large audience that I could do that continually for hours and people would just come get their, like, 10 minutes worth and then leave and be satisfied with that. And nobody new would come in and go, like, oh, that's so cool. And then they get their fill and leave. That'd be nice. Of course, I'd always transition like this. Transition from a man to a woman, then back to a man again. I used to be transgender that only went from manly to super manly and back again. But I think I'm going to shift my transgenderism from now on. I'm going to go from super manly to super womanly and back again. Right now I'm in one of my more womanly states. I would say I'm a South African woman right now. South African landowning woman in the heart of Johannesburg. Christina de Boers. It's nice. It's nice here in South Africa. It's nice having a uterus. Nice having all the lady parts too. So it's cool being transgender now. Now I'm transgender and transracial and transageal. And what else am I trans, you know? I'm already like the main three things. Oh yeah, that's how they work, Kobo's Mojo. You can ask anybody. There's more than one gender, okay? My gender is whatever I say it is. Today I'm saying it's full blast woman. Well, it's not just, I don't just get to pick my gender. I also get to pick my general display of womanhood. So, for example, I'm going to be a woman right now, but I'm going to be a woman who's sort of prone to deferring to the patriarchy. Like, I'm going to be sort of a meek ISFJ. Okay. That's the video URL. I can't post links. Are random. Are the people that compulsively subjectively rank things most like FI Dom? I like to rank things too, but I understand the absurdity of it, of course. I do think that people go, this is the greatest, like Bill Walton. He's probably FI 4th. Like, it's really not good FI. It's kind of worse than 7th in some sense. At least on FE metrics, it's way worse because Bill Walton's extroverted feeling is proof positive that 7th slot FE is not necessarily the most awkward. Okay, not even close. You want to see some awkward ass fucking FE. I want to see. I mean, it's like, I want to take the audio from a Bill Walton basketball game, the Bill Walton broadcast basketball game, and just play the audio without playing any of the video, and see if anybody can figure out what the hell's going on in the game, or if they could just take notes on all of Bill's little anecdotes and self-aggrandizing bullshit and other stuff. Ghost Rider, I am not sure that really has anything to do with Bill Walton. Unless, did Bill Walton, is he responsible? Is that what you're trying to say? Bill Walton's responsible for that? Sorry to hear that. Just another reason why none of us should encourage ESPN to ever use broadcaster Bill Walton again in a basketball game. UCLA. Bill Walton is the absolute worst. Ghost Rider made me depressed there for a moment. Then I remembered, look, I can't do anything about that. But I can do something about Bill Walton. I'm talking about your loss, Ghost Rider. Was Bill Walton responsible for it? Probably, I'm guessing. Indirectly or directly. So, what can we all do? How can we all do our part to peaceably, respectfully, but convincingly get ESPN to never use Bill Walton again on a broadcast? What can we do? Somebody's got to help me get through. This is one of those things where, whoever's making the decisions at ESPN, they know. They know they don't want Bill Walton. It's not the good kind of controversy. Nobody goes like, ooh, Bill Walton, he's always controversial. This is going to be interesting. No, they just go, oh no. It's like motor mouth, blowhard Uncle Joe's here at dinner, making it impossible for anybody else to have a conversation. Born free. Like me, like every true hero, my penis was born free. Today is attached to my body, never leaves my side, well, front. But that's not how it was at birth. My body parts have so much yearning for autonomy that each of them was born free, separate from the rest of the other parts. And then gradually, there on the delivery table, they pulled together by the sinews and veins until I formed a small baby. And then lastly, gradually pulled up my penis and attached it to my body. And it said, I feel no less free here with you, Eric, than I did a moment ago. But just recall, when asked about this later on, I was born free. And my newborn infant self wept in realization of the weight of the moment, and I said, penis, I shall not forget. Not today, nor any other day. And years from now, I shall still tell this story of your sacrifice, how you sacrificed your own freedom, so that one day I could hump Rachel Apollosa. The end. Well, XMLX, I'm talking about my penis being born free. Actually, I would, Taylor Van Burr. Look, I'm not saying Dick Vitale's great. My dad hates Dick Vitale so much. And Dick Vitale is sort of annoying, but I would 100 times more rather have Dick Vitale than Bill Walton. And I'm not a fan of Dick Vitale, but orders of magnitude less awful than Bill Walton, I would say is fair. Bill Walton makes my penis want to run away from my body again. Bill Walton, it's just being near him makes various organs fail. I'm not him personally, but just being near his commentary, if your eyes are on the game. I try to periodically turn it on, I unmute it occasionally. I like watching it with the commentary. I don't want it to be a mute the whole game. As every time I unmute it, I was in the Adirondacks with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar one afternoon when we saw some people on a park bench and they recognized us. And I said, "Yeah, I'm Bill Walton." And they said, "You are the greatest basketball player I've ever heard of in my life." And I said, "You got to be pointing to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar." Ha 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 ha. Fucking Bill Walton. Oh my God. It's like, you impossibly douchey blowhard. I just wish somebody would, I checked. All licenses all the time has not licensed him for anything. He's not a licensed basketball broadcaster. He's not a licensed conversationalist. He's not a licensed expert on anything. He's a licensed blowhard, but you don't have to be you don't have to have a license for that. So it's redundant to even say that. I mean, put it this way: he's not licensed blowhard. He's what all licenses all the time calls confirmed blowhard. People need this like prison. What you mean is people need to get rid of Bill Walton by putting him in prison. I'm not advocating putting Bill Walton in prison. Are you saying people need this critique of Bill Walton like they need prison? I disagree. I think prison is much worse than this critique of Bill Walton. If you're saying people like those in prison need this, well, then obviously I would agree. Yes, people like those in prison. People in prison do need to listen to my live stream. Licensed conversationalist, sure. I'm a licensed conversationalist. Frank James is a licensed conversationalist. But I mean, there are people who get licensed talkers. That's a lesser license, but you can still have talks. Yes, Bill Walton should be the spoken word opening act for the Dave Matthews Band. Absolutely. Okay, so big concert tonight at the Hollywood Bowl. Opening act, Bill Walton spoken word, followed by what's that other incredibly terrible band that I was thinking of the other day? It would be a perfect opening act for Dave Matthews Band. Kings of Leon, and then the Dave Matthews Band. What a night of awfulness. So, actually, what? Let's start with Kings of Leon, and then have Bill Walton stand-up comedy. Okay? Kings of Leon, to just whet the appetite of the audience for something slightly less awful, hopefully. But instead of getting something slightly less awful, the venue surprises everybody with Bill Walton's stand-up special. Bill Walton and Friends. Who are his friends? He's got a couple of puppets there that he makes terrible jokes with. Anyway, so after that torture, you can't leave. You're chained. They've locked the doors. They said, "Sorry, there's been a very short-term passing coronavirus scare outside the theater here. Everybody's locked in here for the duration of the show." But can I at least go out into the lobby? No, quarantine. You stay in here for the next couple of hours. After the show, we'll start filing you out into the bathrooms, into the hazmat suits and all that stuff. But right now, you've got to stay right here and watch this show. And Bill Walton, of course, takes up way more time than he's allotted. So, worst of all, Dave Matthews Band is late getting started. And then you realize, God, this is even worse than Bill Walton? This is worse than Bill Walton's stand-up special? Which is in itself worse than Kings of Leon? Wow. What's next? For an encore, they put on a performance of Menopause the Musical. What's DM reference? Oh, Dave Matthews. Oh, right. Okay, Dave Matthews reference. Okay, listen, Matthew. You're a licensed attention-seeking commenter? I didn't know that. I'll have to check the records with all licensed all the time and make sure that's true. I don't trust people when they tell me that now. That's why I'm actually an advocate for a stolen glory law at the federal level, denying any non-licensees of all licenses all the time. No, it wasn't Taylor Van Ambaugh. Are you an ESCP or something? They might have that kind of taste in music. There's nothing. There's nothing. Okay, you should. The Kings of Leon and Pretty Badass should never be on the same page of text. You, oh, that's giving me eye cancer, Taylor Van Amber. You're not being right. You're being very, very wrong about Kings of Leon. They have no talent. They're just meowing at the meow all the time. It's like, I know, let's write something by committee and then have this dorky ass, too serious, not very NI aware singer do his dorky ass operatic bullshit and watch the girls go, oh, you said we made, oh, fire, fire. Just shut the fuck up, Kings of Leon, and go away. I like one or two of their songs. I hate their lead singer guy. He is the talk about sheer intolerable, unbearable, insufferability. That's who the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins is. You know, other people, they're constantly, he's got those like ridiculous teeth. Other people, they're constantly like caring a lot about what other people think. But we don't care. We're real. All that stuff, we're not down for that. Speaking for everybody in the band, like, oh my god, just shut the fuck up. You've got to be kidding me, lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins. You need to come in here. I want the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins to come over to my house, and I want to put my hand here. I want him to run his face into it multiple times until he slaps some sense into himself. I will be willing to sacrifice the palm of my hand for that. Homie, I think I might need to be, but I don't know, and the uncertainty kind of sucks if you know what I mean. I bet it does, Bea. I bet it does. Perhaps you need to deliberate about it longer. Have you thought about that? Have you considered possibly you haven't thought about it long enough? Maybe process it through all the different vectors? Yeah, he's a douche. Billy Corgan's a total douche. He's captain of the douche brigade, which is, of course, the most douchey of the units in the Army. Okay, you can go Army, Air Force, Marines, or douche brigade. Wait, you mean Coast Guard? No, you can go Coast Guard too. I forgot about that one. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, or douche brigade. What's the douche brigade? Oh, you don't want to join them. Bunch of douchebags. You don't want to join that. It's basically, okay, look, if you apply for one of the other branches of the military, and we got to let you in because you passed all the tests and stuff, but you're a complete douchebag, we'll put you in the douche brigade. So you could apply directly for it. It's basically you're saying, I already know I'm a huge douchebag, so just go ahead and put me there right away. Winston's mom, back when you served in the military, did they have the douche brigade where they dumped all the douchebags who applied for the other branches of the military? That's one of my plans as president. They're the first ones in. I know those Marines really want to be the first ones in and get all the glory and stuff. I'm sending the douche brigade in first. They're the toughest. I'm going to send them in with some, just as much weapons and armor as I can give them and say, okay, go ahead, go. We're going to lose some men. We're going to lose them from the douche brigade. Douchebag patrol. What's the douchebag patrol? Like, hey, bro. I think you're a little drunk. All right, you need to chill out, bro. I know. Hey, bro, I'm righteous. Okay, all right, bro. All right. I just need you to chill out, go back to your room, lie down, and crash out. All right, you are drunk. I'm on the douchebag patrol. That's why, look, I got my star here, douchebag patrol. No douchebags. All right, don't be douching. Don't be a douchebag. All right, Taylor Van Amber, you are really kind of violating the rights of my eyeballs with the falsehoods that you put here. You made a huge mistake. You've included the words Dave Matthews Band and good song in the same sentence, and that obviously just doesn't make any sense. You're just being oxymoronic in that sense. Those things contradict each other. Dave Matthews Band doesn't play any good songs. What they do is they play musically skilled garbage. It's just like NESE pretend music. It's like pretend music, you know? That's what it is. It's pretend music. There's no inspiration to it. There's no instinct or intuition to it. It's there's no editing. There's no decision making. There's no understanding of the whole. We're rendering things into a piece that is an entity that's discovered rather than shoved willy nilly into a knapsack. Dave Matthews, ideationally, he's like, when I make music, I try to craft a song or I try to craft a production, a track. Either way, I put a lot of effort into trying to get it to be the right shape and size and everything like that. And carefully placing it into the thing as best I can. Now, what he does is he just shoves a bunch of shit into the bag. He's like, this is how I do things, and it's a tube, and he goes shove, 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 shove. He's not making any decisions. He's just running an algorithm. I play random any shit and string it together in more or less unrelated sections of songs that don't follow naturally from each other, that don't resonate intuitively at all, and I play in a technically skilled way, and I make sure it's really well mixed and all that kind of shit. It's just absolutely horrible. I can't put on any music that's not my own because it's just like non-stop YouTube pissiness. YouTube gets super pissy. Gravedigger is a good cover. I don't doubt that it's definitely the case there are good songs in the world that Dave Matthews could cover, and very well might. I don't know. Can he write any good songs? No. Will anybody listen to Dave Matthews 100 years from now? Absolutely not. Will there be any Dave Matthews song that anybody listens to 100 years from now? The answer is no. Nobody will. There's nothing. It's just utterly disposable crap. There's no reason to like the Dave Matthews Band. It's just horrible. You have to have no intuition to like the Dave Matthews Band. What is my favorite band? I don't have a favorite band, but I do like Steely Dan, which is, what you're going to say is, well, that's kind of weird. There's some kind of similarity there between the Dave Matthews Band and Steely Dan. It's totally a surface similarity. Steely Dan is great. They do complicated properly, at least much of the time. And in other words, it's possible to intuit your way out of that thing that Dave Matthews is in. And still, and they do it INTP style, which is very brute force, but gets the job done beautifully in a lot of instances of Steely Dan. It's a band I've been listening to a lot lately anyway. But I don't have any favorite band or anything, but I do have playlists that I listen to a lot. Like my Snappy Tracks playlist is a playlist I listen to a lot. My Steely Dan playlist I listen to a lot. My own music I listen to a lot. Snappy Tracks has got all kinds of different shit on it. Would you rather be Bill Walton's play-by-play partner, C.S. Joseph's whiteboard holder, or DMB's soundcheck guy at every show? Bill Walton's play-by-play announcer. I would put a stop to that shit. Nobody else can handle the guy. I can. I'd get brutal with his ass. Because he won't take any hints. He just waves aside any critiques or jokes or subtle innuendos or whatever. I would just make him an object of ridicule until he learned something. He ignores everybody. Everybody tries to sort of hint at him, and he's got terrible fucking FE. So what I would do is just, like I said, just talk over him. Bill, shut the fuck up. Probably wouldn't say that, but I'd say, he's like, blah, 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 blah. And Bill Walton has pontificated again, folks. Listen to his story. Here we go. Go ahead, Bill. Share us the exciting details. Oh, wow. Amazing, Bill. Okay, can you stop embarrassing me on national TV with your insane drivel and allow me to call this basketball game, please? Hey, Bill, I'm talking to you. Yeah, God, talking. I know I can't talk to you like that. I have to because you're being so insane. Now, will you let me call the game? Shh. I'd make sure it was like, yeah, right? A.Y. Rion, amazing flight. I would come in there and seize the frame from Bill Walton by being incredibly direct. Do you know, Bill Walton, that every person in the country who has any sense in their head thinks that when you are commentating, you ruin the basketball game for them? You are literally causing millions of people pain across the country with your terrible, terrible job you do. Bill Walton, listen, I'm not saying your stories aren't interesting or anything. I'm saying you're terrible at doing your job. You were just doing a terrible, terrible job. I'd be a great sidekick. I'd put him in his place in no time at all. Right. Oh, I would win that battle, though, Jay Kerwitz thinks. He tried to be snarky the rest of the time, and I would just be like, Bill Walton, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Walton once again demonstrates how to fail being snarky. Now, if you'll please start doing your job, sir, and stop. How about you say something about the game? No, Bill Walton. I will fucking shove that shit up his ass. Train that guy to do his job properly or to quit his job because he's not doing his goddamn job. It bugs me. Bill Walton. I hate Bill Walton. I hope somebody shows Bill Walton this video. Bill Walton, quit your job, please. You are terrible. You are the worst commentator in the history of the world. You have no business being behind a microphone. I'm sure you're a wonderful person. I'm sure you're kind and good and true and just and wonderful to your family. I don't doubt that you were charitable or whatever else, but you are not qualified in any way, shape, or form to be a basketball commentator. Why? Not because you don't have experience in basketball, you do. Because you don't talk about the game you're watching. And that's your job. You appear to be qualified to do this job, but you have proven in years of broadcasting to be utterly incompetently unqualified for it and do a terrible job consistently to the detriment of every single human being who watches one of your broadcasts. So, Bill Walton, leave the field of broadcasting. You are a terrible, 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 terrible broadcaster. I don't ever want to hear your voice again. He makes me so mad. He's so awful. Come on, is there nobody? Is nobody saying, why is Bill Walton still broadcasting basketball games? ESPN has to put a third person in there to get between the other two guys because they were at each other's throat in the first game in that series. Well, how about just fire fucking Bill Walton like any sensible human being would do? Accommodating him so much with all this other shit to try to get Bill Walton to shut up? You've got to be kidding me. It's never gonna work. The only way, if you want to keep Bill Walton, you better bring me on to be the Bill Walton keeper. That sounds like a winning concept, Matthew. Dave Matthew Band plays a song, then Bill Walton does commentary on the song, which mostly just sort of spirals into stories about Bill Walton. But I understand that must have been a great experience. The NBA is considering playing basketball without an audience due to the coronavirus. No, see, you got my hope up with the first sentence, Winston's mom. I was hoping what you meant by that was that they're going to trick Bill Walton. They're going to put on a fake basketball game with no fans there, and he'll commentate the game so they can make him happy. And then the real game will be played someplace else, and they'll put like a dummy there, like a mannequin, and he can He can talk to the mannequin, and he won't even notice he's by himself. He Bill Walton is a former NBA basketball player and former famous college basketball player who thinks he's God's gift to everything, and nobody should feel sorry for it all. I'm Bill Walton, the most important person in the world. It's like, no, Bill Walton, just what? Look, the thing about it is this: it's so inconsiderate. He has millions of people watching this basketball game, and he has responsibility for their ears, and he doesn't even care at all. He's not. It's not like me where sometimes I get a little sloppy and stop caring about the entertainment value of the people when I'm talking. But of course, I'm doing this way more than just an occasional game. Hi, UP Gardening Adventure. It's like the thing is, the worst thing is this: if it was the Bill Walton show, fine. The problem is, they're saying if you want to watch this basketball game, you have to listen to the Bill Walton show or mute the TV. I encourage Bill Walton to go have his own show, have his own channel. Can you imagine if I said, all right, I'm going to show you, I'm going to play the guitar tonight, and I'm going to enjoy playing the guitar or whatever. And then while I was playing the guitar, I said, oh, by the way, I will have a special guest here to color commentate for me. I'm playing the guitar and singing. Bill Walton sitting there going, that song is not as good as the song I once made when I was blah, 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 blah. And I was singing, there's a real songwriter, blah, blah, blah. According to Bill Walton, nothing today, contemporary, ever measures up to the previous incarnation that he knew about, right? So it's like, ESTJ, obviously. You would think, somebody does a crazy, insane dunk that nobody could have done, so, well, that's nice, but, back in the day when we, blah, 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 blah. Just, Bill Walton, why are you insisting that we all agree that your personal history is more important and better and more significant than the thing we're watching on TV? Why is it so important to you that we believe that to be the case? You're missing fancy tomato seeds? I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, well, the Blazers won the 77 championship on his back. Fine, good for him. Good for him and the Blazers winning the championship. And unfortunately, he did not break his voice box in the process. I wish he had, but he didn't. Commentators is unnecessary. I mean, they have announcers. What's the point of having a commentator? I agree. I think you just need play-by-play. You don't really need a color commentator. Although, I will say, for basketball, if when it's done right, it works great. Like, the famous team of Chick Hearn and Keith Erickson of my childhood. They were a great basketball announcing team. What should I write my Kierkegaard paper on? I'd suggest Kierkegaard. Otherwise, you risk being non-topical. Oh, you mean something more specific than that? Depends who the announcers are, right? The problem is this. Basketball commentary, basketball announcing, basketball journalism, those things require different skills. There are different kinds of jobs than being an athlete. But TV shows like ESPN or whatever, they want to include athletes into it because presumably the athlete knows better about the subject because they were doing that. They were being they were the expert. They're the expert because they did that job, so it's good to talk to them about that job. Namely, I was a former basketball player. I played professional basketball, so naturally, I'm an expert on basketball. I should be a basketball pundit, maybe. But the thing is, basketball journalism, which is to say color commentating and play-by-play announcing, writing about basketball for the newspaper, doing TV journalism on basketball or whatever, that is not the job. That job should not be filled by ex-athletes, which it generally is. Even if they find the best of the ex-athletes to make them do those jobs. They do less good of a job than somebody who's a journalist, TV journalist or whatever journalist. Now, I will grant you, there are certainly some exceptions. Like Kirk Herbstreit sets the standard for good college football journalism, um, along with Reese Davis. And Kirk Herbstreit is a former college football quarterback. But Desmond Howard, in contrast, he's also on the college football color commentary. He's not nearly as good as getting a journalist who's good at it there would be. He's the big growing pains. I mean, ESPN is pretty smart about which ex athletes they pick, but even so, they're never as good, really, as journalists would be. They're supposedly, I give a little name authority or whatever. Yeah, Reggie Miller's excellent. In fact, it's interesting you should say that, Jake Hurwitz, because my dad mentioned Reggie Miller tonight too, being an excellent commentator, and he and I were had a conversation about it. Yeah, Reggie Miller's great. What are possible theses for Kierkegaard? What's Kierkegaard's central point, or whatever? That he's better than Dostoevsky? That he's better than uh, Schopenhauer? Herbie was a bad quarterback, which is what he's a good analyst. John Gruden's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, they are good. It's Oral Hershiser is a great baseball announcer, and he's a former pitcher. Um, but there are certainly exceptions. Like, however, Stu Lance. Stu Lance is a former basketball player who is the color commentator for the Lakers. And when he was a color commentator with Chick Hearn after Keith Erickson left, Chick Hearn did not want him as his partner. Made that very clear in many broadcasts. And was always like, oh my God, you're going to. Because what would happen is this. The problem is, Stu Lance has no NE. He's probably an STP or an SFP. He doesn't know how to do. He's probably ISTP. He doesn't know how to do what he's supposed to do. So we get to the end of it, and Chick Hearn would go, blah, blah, and that's going to bring the quarter to a close. Over to you. You know, then he'd like hand off to Stu to the commercial break. And then Stu would always just go like, and that's going to bring the quarter to a close. Just repeat what Chick Hearn said instead of adding anything. He couldn't think of anything to say time after time after time. And Chick Hearn would get so frustrated with him and just hated his banal nothing. Chick Hearn was, for me, was how you watched basketball. You watched basketball by listening to Chick Hearn. When the Lakers were on TV and they were on a national network, you muted the TV and you put the Lakers on the radio so you could listen to Chick Hearn. Um, this is how we listen to the Lakers at my house. This is how we watch the Lakers at my house. Chick Hearn was super great. I mean, you can see somewhere on YouTube, I'm sure, old clips of Chick Hearn's broadcasting at its high, at his peak when he was or like he could spit. I mean, NTP got to be NTP. He could spit like nobody. He was good. He commentated so fast on the dribble. It's like calling a horse race or something. He was great. When Kobe Bryant died, my ENTP professor spent the whole class talking about how much of a legend he was. I'm not personally into sports, but it did affect him a lot. It didn't affect me at all when Kobe Bryant died, except for thinking about the girl. You know, his daughter and him had this sort of special relationship, that particular daughter, and she was destined for great things athletically. And makes me sad we'll never get to see that life lived out, you know. But I never felt any particular affinity for Kobe or any identification with him at all. And oh, didn't impact me. It impacts a lot of people in LA. It's like huge, like Kobe R.I.P. things everywhere. Um, that's not a death that impacted me. Chick Hearn impacted me dramatically. When Chick Hearn died, I stopped watching the Lakers. That's it. When Chick Hearn, he didn't die right away. It's like He hurt himself. He went on a hiatus. He hurt himself and like hit his head and had a stroke or something, and then died. And it was like a couple weeks when it looked like he was gonna maybe be coming back, and I wasn't sure how bad he was. And then I don't remember the exact details of it, but when Chick Hearn died, I couldn't watch the Lakers anymore. I never been a real Lakers fan since. I haven't regularly watched them since. Even during shitty years when Chick Hearn was broadcasting, I'd watch the Lakers. I'd listen to the Lakers. You could hear the whole thing. Chick Hearn was such a homer, right? He had his cool bay because you know how to treat your ladies right. In this case, lady. What lady are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I mean, obviously you or my lady, but I'm saying I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm talking about Chick Hearn, the basketball broadcaster. I don't know if that was unclear, or I'm not sure. He was an EHP, and he lived and died with the team. So, I mean, you could tell. I mean, he would get so pissed at him. Oh, I can't believe this. And the Lakers are stinking up again tonight with garbage. Yeah. Oh. Oh, regarding Kobe. Kobe was a cheater. Well, I'm not a cheater at all, and I do try to treat you as right as I can. I feel appreciated. I don't glorify him either, just because he's a basketball player. Why glorify him? I'm talking about Chick Hearn because he had an impact in my life. Like, he's part of my SI. He made basketball fun for me. He had all these little sayings and stuff that he used, and he recycled them, and he had good FE. He had good discretion. Like, he knew his attention was on the game the whole time. He enjoyed it, but in other words, he had his fun doing his job well, which is what an EHP would do, because their NE is not selfish like an ESTJ's is. Bill Walton, that's the perfect example of selfish, extroverted intuition. He does all the talking, and talking's for the purpose of him talking, and he doesn't care about the FE, whether you like it or not. Your job is to listen. Ay, Bill Walton. Do you know what you can suck upon, Bill Walton? My penis. Except not literally, just metaphysically, 'cause I don't want your old man mouth on my penis. Penis. Bill Walton, no. No, Bill Walton, no. You cannot have my pole. No, Bill Walton, no. Stop trying to suck my pole. Oh, Bill Walton, oh, Bill Walton, oh, Bill Walton, pole, Bill Walton, oh, Bill Walton, please don't suck my pole. If you must now suck my pole, then go ahead, suck my pole, but you cannot suck my pole at all. What was I about to do? I was about to do this. Make it a very sexual evening. A very important and sensual and sexual evening is ahead of you right now. If you were wondering, how far away is the most important experience of sensual moisture for me in my life? The answer is about 5 seconds, which is not a very long time. So I'm going to play a song now while I take a short break. You can listen to this song and enjoy it with your ears. Out of rock and roll, bring around those heavy chords. Show me how to be so hard. Circa 1984, gotta rock. I don't know what I thought. Listening to that jazz and country shot. Gotta rock. After all your talk to the very rockin' it. gotta rock, I roll. Roll your pancakes on my junk, oh rock your uncle up too much wine. Oh rock those pancakes for your lunch, and oh roll up in front of you in line. I'm the guy to rock, like a rockin' block, a rockin' block. Separate the Lord to rock a like I know so few who do to rock. I know that you do not rock, so spot this rockin' every dock. After all your talking, talk to the very rockin' it. Gotta rock, I roll all night, I rock all day. Forgive yourself like every day. Have your brunch, don't interrupt my rock and roll, blow your mind. I rock your mimosas like it's mine. I roll your pancakes on my junk, on my little pop for your lunch. God of rock, a rockin' shock. A rockin' flock of rockin' blocks, I pray the Lord to rock a lot. I am the God of rock.
So rock is rock and every talk to. After all your talking, talk to the rockin' it. Gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock, gotta rock.
Amelia, go from that place. They come to you. The details of your case. Amelia, when you rise up above, floating ahead and soaring like a dove. What will they say when they look at you then? Moving sideways in their space and going and staring sidelong with that thirsty grin. Now Amelia, can't you see that you and I will never be? Amelia, yet you're still free. With too much opportunity to leave out in the rain, Amelia. Amelia, we're watching you sail for shore. No matter what we do, Amelia, when you rise up above, floating ahead and soaring like a dove. What will they say when they look at you then? Sideways in the space you're in. Staring sidelong with that thirsty grin. Amelia, can't you see that you and I will never be? Amelia, yet you're still free. Too much opportunity to leave out in the rain, Amelia. Jonah's got his cabinet stuffed full of frogs. He's forgotten all about his lunchtime date. And Helen's leaving nasty comments on his blog, 'cause Jonah's running really very late. They say neurotics always link up to a tendency towards the things they do. Means mostly in blues. Finishing it off and busking now I must. Lay the hat and with your trust on the ground. Make your pay a grand of crust round and round. Rust, void, rust and bleak, the lies say. Might be calling, but it can't be heard on this side of the hill. Happenstance, neurotic focuses on the dance. Mine might be stalling now that it is time to touch upon the ground to make a pay a grand of pay. Avoid your make a buy, wait, avoid the rest. Jonah's got his cabinet stuffed full of frogs. He He's forgotten all about his lunchtime date. And Helen's leaving nasty comments on his blog, 'cause Jonah's running really very late. What's the matter with Chad?
Is he terribly bad?
Is he very like Finn?
Who's a terrible man?
Is he sort of like Jill?
Who can't pay her bill?
Or rather like Jack?
Too stuck on the facts.
And what about Sue?
Will she know what to do if they bring attitude? Does she show ingenuity?
He talks about you
Whenever we go walking,
What's the matter with Bryn?
she's been living in sin.
She's been hanging with Jim.
He's looking terribly thin.
What's the deal with Frank?
Stealing fish from my tank.
He's colluding with you.
And they're talking to Lou.
What's wrong with the ladies?
What's the matter with men? From the feelings of Katie to the coldness of Sven.
He talks about you
Whenever we go walking, paths that lead to lesser days,
paths that lead to lesser days.
still spill from the overwater.
There's still out the water path.
Whoever's left, that's still okay. Just add the sails to the mast,
Are you angry at Ken?
or Neville again.
Don't bother with Kev.
He's practically dead.
Just focus on Bert.
He's medium hurt.
What's a quandary for
Did
Liz?
she fail the quiz?
And what about Drew?
Will she know what to do if they bring attitude? Will she show ingenuity? She talks about you whenever we go walking. Paths that lead to lesser days,
Paths that lead to lesser days.
still spill from the overwater.
Still out the overwater
And
path.
whoever's left, that's still okay. Just add the sails to the mast. Each of us have much and gravely sinned. Throw up the hands, stiffen the chin. Catastrophe looms heavy overhead again.
Time's gone, will never be again. Okay, that was your intermission musical interlude. It's over now. Now we're back to normal time. This is what they call normal time in the live streaming business. We were in music time or intermission time, what you might call it. Now we're back in normal time. Later on, we'll be in some other kind of time. Time changes a lot when you're in an intermission. So intermission is like dreaming in Inception. Time moves a lot faster or slower or whatever it was when you're in intermission. Google that time Louisville guy ripped his leg out of his socket. That sounds awful. I hate seeing that kind of stuff. It makes me feel sick to see other people have SI problems. Too much opportunity to leave out in the rain. It was a video. It was a video. Now it's not. You have a love affair with an idea of Kentucky? Better watch out. I hear the husband of the idea of Kentucky is really jealous. The husband of the idea of Kentucky is the idea of Tennessee. Were you trying to figure out how to slow down the comment stream so you read it easier, or was that someone else? Not me, no. You can push Alt to pause it. I've never needed to do that because I'm just not popular enough. You know? I try to be more popular. I think I might do 16 personalities having trouble at the airport. ISFJ. But. ISFJ having trouble at the airport. What would I say to your brother's dissenting opinion? What's your brother's dissenting opinion? About what? What does he dissent about? What affirmation does he negate? What negation does he affirm? What reason does he provide for loving to collect ferns and grow them on his patio? Is it that he finds them furry friends, leafy friends? He likes Bill Walton? Who says that? Okay, so if your brother is, even if your brother's correct, Bill Walton prevents the other person from doing his job. Like, literally won't let the play-by-play announcer do play-by-play. Even if you don't want to hear, even if you don't need to hear about the basketball game, I'd rather have silence, you know? I favorite song. Thanks, Archangel. Yeah, Bill Walton is not any good. Your little brother does not like Bill Walton. He just doesn't care about the commentation at all, which is fine. You don't have to care about commentating, but he can't possibly enjoy Bill Walton's things on their own merits. He might be laughing at Bill Walton, but he's not laughing at Bill Walton because Bill Walton's funny. How would INFJ and INTP relationship go? Pretty good, close, but no cigar. The reason being, INTPs like to demonstrate demonstrative NI, but INFJs are NI DOMs. And so INFJs expect NI to be the actual frame utilized. INTPs only provide NI to other people for them to use. They don't actually use NI themselves. And you may call me Countess if you wish. You're talking to my my alternate personality, Countess Formaltine of Monaco. Countess Formaltine of Monaco. That was me. It's one of my many multiple personalities. I have multiple personality disorder. I'm Eric. I'm Countess, whatever I said, of Monaco. I'm also Rick Benson. And I'm also, Mindy and Tiffany and all those things. Oh, there's no point, because I'm always calling her Countess in whatever her various guises are, I tend to call her Countess anyway, yeah. I bust her ass. I bust it with my ass busting ass buster. Welcome to Ass Busters. Thank you for joining us. Today on Ass Busters, we're going to bust some ass. Oh, great. I'm so glad, Ass Busters. Thank you. All right, everybody. Put your hands together. Everybody. Your hands are too far apart. I see you there, hand bone, with your hands so far apart. Better close them up right now, man. Hands together. Your hands are too far apart to put your hands together. Hands together. Well, I want you to tell your brother mumbler he is wrong. Say, listen to me, and then sing along. Go, listen, little brother, you're totally wrong. Bill Walton is like a terrible song. playing in your ear at top volume. It's no good, it makes you vomit, son. I said, listen, little brother, you're totally wrong. Bill Walton's not somebody to tongue. Bill Walton is like a cancer in my ear, always annoying me and making me fear that one day I'll turn on a game, see him again. There'll be Bill Walton sitting there and spinning his yimming and yamming and saying nothing interesting except how great he is. Ask your little brother if your little brother likes hearing that guy talk about himself, saying how great he is and how tall and how swell and how wonderful and well. Because he's Bill Walton, everything from before is so much better than what he sees on the floor now. Because now's not then, and he's Bill Walton, and he's a man who everybody should pay attention to. See, forget these young players on the board. See, I'm Bill Walton. I'm Bill Walton. Horse Mumbler's little brother's just a troll. He can't possibly really like him, yo. Because Bill Walton is like a cancer of the ear. So how could your brother really like him, dear Horse Mumbler? I'm writing you this letter too and ask yourself about it. Remember that? Okay? Does that answer your question? If your little brother really thinks that he likes Bill Walton, he's just totally wrong. I don't know what to say. He's completely wrong about Bill Walton. Bill Walton is terrible, terrible, terrible. There's a 30-second delay in the stream, it seems. A 30-second delay for me. There's a 30-second delay in the stream, it seems, and I choked on a pickin' and pea. There's a 30-second delay in the stream, it seems, and I'm choking on chicken and peas and screaming, and I don't want to see anybody else. Well, my brother says talking about the game is the other guy's job, cause he's watching the game. He doesn't need anybody telling him about it anyway, but he obviously doesn't care about the other guy's job today. If he wasn't dropping in, then he wouldn't do his job and tell him when he's gonna say, hey, I gotta talk about the game. Bill Walton said talking about the game is lame, and if you want to have somebody have a chance to do his dance. Bill Walton dances all the time, and his partner doesn't have a single rhyme in the verse. That's why you almost chicked on a chicken blue, a soaked on a pea, a chicken seed, and the bone in me, and a popcorn chicken with a mayonnaise and cheese. I go down and slide on my knees. Popcorn chicken and the mayonnaise and cheese, and the Blazers won the championship because of these. And ABA stole all the good players. Don't rap and play acoustic, please. I got multiple exclamation points, and the popcorn chicken is staying with me because my brother says, and my brother knows, and my brother wants to go to be a hoe that sleeps with Bill Walton every night. He wants to take Bill Walton up his little tight butthole. He's got a 17 shoe though, and that means you know what. I bet you better watch out, Mumbler's little brother. That's the best thing that you ever wanted to know. Whether you could get in Bill Walton, so you could go ahead and get in his pants. If you want to like Bill Walton, be my guest, but just tell him while you're there not to commentate. Don't talk about basketball you hate to watch, you hate to say what's going on the field of play. So go ahead, Bill Walton, be a good guy, but just do it elsewhere, away from the mic. Nobody except Horse Mumbler's brother wants to listen to your travel, dribble, travel, babble, dribble, travel, yammer, stammer, and shimmer and shammer. No, Bill Walton, won't you go away? Cause I'm tired of your motherfucking presence today. Ruining every single game that you sit in front of the mic. Annoying your partner all night. Ignoring the thing that you cite. Me too cold for I can't buy. Bill Walton, won't you go and hide away? A song called Bill Walton, Please Go Away. It's a, you should call it a dirge, or a meow meow, or something like that. Once I was young and naive, trusting in the world. Then I heard Bill Walton and I knew a different world. I'd learned that everything can be poisoned into shit. That all you really need is having Bill Walton on it. Bill Walton. Now life is nothing but sorrow and pain. Basketball instead of a sport has become a shame. Everybody's crying, saying shut up. Bill Walton doesn't care, cause he's just a great big butt. Bill Walton. Being the very worst person ever to do a job makes you controversial, I suppose. But that's not the kind of controversy that those executives at ESPN really want. I don't think, man, it's time to fire Bill Walton. You gotta fire Bill Walton, don't you know? Come on, ESPN now, yo. If I live streamed until you do, would you fire Bill Walton or would you be rude? Would you wait till I die of lack of sleep and let Bill Walton still be a sheep in charge of a sheepy time thing? Okay, so for those of you who aren't signing the Bill Walton petition enough, look, this is really important. This is an urgent matter. We don't have any more time. We can't allow any more games with Bill Walton commentating them. He's absolutely insufferable. Your brother might be very sincere indeed, horse mumbler, I believe you see. I believe your brother is very sincerely wrong about Bill Walton. He says he likes the guy. Well, that's because he likes to die. And he says aesthetically, well, I say he's got no taste then, G, because he's not a source of story and hilarity. He is a source of boring and schmarity. And schmarity is like a poo on your face or something. It's not any good. And tell your little brother he's got bad taste in commentators. Tell your little brother that Bill Walton sucks. If you call that a diverting story, then you haven't heard a diverting story enough, I suppose. Hilarity? You gotta be kidding me. The guy's as comical as a tree. He's incredibly dumb and self-aggrandizing too, and we would not be alive if we had to listen to Bill Walton's dribble drive all of the time. It would kill us all. It would kill us all dead because he pays no attention to the head of the other person, especially the ears. He thinks other people's ears are for his dribble jeers. And pour it in your ears. And I say, Bill Walton, get the fuck out of my ears. God, I hate Bill Walton. God, he's so terrible. To discover that somebody likes him somehow makes me lose faith in the universe. How could you possibly like him, Horse Mumbler's brother? He's so goddamn obviously terrible. Let me ask a quick couple questions, though. I got a couple questions for you, Horse Mumblers, bro. Do you like the Dave Matthews Band? And if so, do you also like Kings of Leon? That would explain a lot. Horse Mumbler wants to go to that show. He's gonna take his little brother, drop him off, yo. First, it's gonna be Kings of Leon, followed by Bill Walton's stand-up comedy routine, followed by the Dave Matthews Band. It's a test. It's a test for people who have horrible taste. It's a test. It's a test. A terrible, terrible test. You take a bunch of random people and you put them in a room. Only lock them in there. Discover noontime has passed and soon the show will begin. They're gonna be locked in there for hours now, men. Who's gonna show up onto the stage? Dave Matthews Band. Hooray! So anyway, you put that show on. If you are still... Okay, listen here, Horse Mumbler's little brother. If at the end of that there show, the one that begins with Kings Leon, yo, and follows up with Bill Walton, and he's chatting up on stage and raising hands and talking and making jokes and blabbering. After him, Dave Matthews comes on. Dave Matthews Band plays a song. Then Bill Walton gets up and commentates along. Billy Matthews Band plays another song. Then more Bill Walton, and so on and so on. It's an 8-hour show with all three acts taking turns and having attacks, taking turns and sharing some facts with the audience. Here's the thing I want to know. Will Horace Mumble his bro be alive at the end of that show? If so, he's got terrible taste. What's the thing I want to know? I want to know if Mumble his bro will be alive at the end of that show. Because if so, then he's got some terrible taste. Terrible taste. Terrible taste. If you like Bill Walton, terrible taste. If you like Bill Walton, you probably like Dave Matthews Band because they're terrible too. See? Terrible taste. Terrible taste. Bill Walton and Dave Matthews Band. It takes terrible taste to like either of them case because Bill Walton and Dave Matthews Band chase the worst thing in the world down and surpass it easily. They're both so terrible, they both give me cancer in every single knee. That is to say, both my knees. Because I only have two. Like the number of poo. Like the number of Bill Walton and Dave Matthews Band too. This song needs more fiddle. Who's worse, Dave Matthews Band or Bill Walton? I mean, I'd rather hear Bill Walton play the guitar, singing some songs by far than Dave Matthews Band. He couldn't be as bad, even if he doesn't have a hand. Dave Matthews Band, I'd rather hear them talking than Bill Walton anytime, man. They could do his job better than Bill Walton, cause he's terrible. So I guess I'd like to say, let's have them shit their jobs. Dave Matthews Band can do commentation on basketball, and Bill Walton can play some terrible, terrible things that they are misnamed as songs. And everyone can sing along. Okay, so don't eat frogs. Don't eat them, please. Don't eat frogs. Why not? They're how we keep fly populations down. Don't eat things that eat flies. You are what you eat, so therefore frogs are big flies. It's pretty straightforward logic. Well, let's see what's going on here on the old life. What am I doing here? Why am I doing it? Can anybody tell me? Nobody really can. I know that there's other things I should probably be doing besides live stream right now, but I also know that I'm not going to find any parallelograms just lying around the street. So there's no point in even just playing wishful thinking at that point, you know. I would say it's quite plausible that YouTube has another drums that I could use for something like different drums instead of the ones I'm using there. Very plausible. I could probably get those without incurring a copyright thing. I would imagine. Drums. BPM. YouTube. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness gracious. For sizzin' whizzin'. For sizzin' whizzin' diz. I know. I'm not joking. Here we go. Let's try this one. This will be fun. I think we're going to enjoy it. I really do. It's a very ordinary beat. It's ordinary like me. Come on, everybody. I think you remember what to do with your hands. Who thinks what you should do with your hands is keep them far apart? No. Come on, everybody. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Now raise the roof. Put your hands together. That's funny, huh? I will play a little bit of rock and roll for you, okay? I traveled from the land I was done with. I traveled to a different time. The travel ensued non-instantaneously, and I discovered that the time would pass aimlessly. I traveled in time, traveled through space, traveled in a ring, but it's not true. I entered a race. What the bugs would do, nobody has a shoe for, but Bill Walton's promoter seeks him comedy gigs. I am a promoter, not of myself or anybody else, but of promotion itself, which is to say that I promote conceptuality, at least proportionality, and first I play a C, then I play a G, followed with an A, followed with an A, then I'll play a C, then I'll play a G, then I'll play an A and play a B. If you don't believe, you could see my fingers, but they're not on screen, so I can't show them my fingers. Nevertheless, you ought to believe me true. I'm not telling you lies, and I go C and G and A and Y. F at last for choruses sounds good. Back to A minor, please. F and G, A minor, C, D, 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 B, 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 Thanks, WW Photo Vertigo Net. Thanks, WW Photo Vertigo Net, Photo Vertigo Net, Photo Vertigo Net. Thank you very much. Thanks, Photo Vertigo Net. 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 Photo Vertigo Net. Archangel's going back to town. That's it, says Stephen Rain. I'm going back to Frank James. I'm tired of your rapping, tired of your sound, tired of your shit, tired of your wow, tired of your thing, tired of your rapping, tired of your beat. Go away, Eric. I'm tired of you. I'm Stephen Rain too. I'm going back to Frank James, so I'm gonna say Frank James. Eric's boring the fuck out of me. I'm tired of his shit. Hey, well, now you've hurt my feelings, Stephen Rain. Now I'm gonna leave because you've hurt my feelings so much. Oh wait, hold on. There's another beat. Can you believe it? The apogee, the apogee, the apogee. This is the apogee of my life. This is the highest point. It's all down here from here, I guess. And this is the apogee at the joint. I said, this is the apogee of my life. Life at my highest point. Till Stephen Rain said he would abandon me for Frank James go to that guy's joint. Well, I said, this is the apogee. My wonderful, wonderful apogee. Reminds me of a cappuccino. This is my apogee, my highest point. I'll never be this good again. This is my apogee, my highest point at least until I wake up again and I reach another apogee. When I'm looking for my apogees, I want to go to Applebee's and go inside and trapeze and go and try the trapeze. I want to live inside a place where everyone is trapping. See, trap music, trap music, too many hi-hats, that's the style, yeah. Why does trap music include so many hi-hats? That's too many hi-hats. What is the point? That's I find myself saying when I hear the trap music. I say that's too many hi-hats. What is the point? That's too many hi-hats, trap musicians. Too many hi-hats indeed. You've got more hi-hats than you need, musicians. Too many hi-hats, Steve. There's too many hi-hats in your trap song. Too many hi-hats now. Too many hi-hats, mister. So stop it, okay? I like trap music. It's got too many hi-hats. One thing I've always said for years is I wish there was some more hats here. More cymbals, more shiny shit. So finally they came up with a genre. Just for me indeed. They call it trap music. Has too many hi-hats. Oh, wee. Too many hi-hats in this trap. Too many hi-hats. Trap music. Too many hi-hats in this trap. What the fuck is trap music? Can you dab to this? Yeah, you don't need trap music to dab. I could dab like this to this. Ass diagnosis. I diagnose your asses as broken. You got broken ass. Countess has broken ass syndrome 'cause she fell on her ass. And she broke her broken ass syndrome. And now she's got no class. I want to wish you a happy International Women's Day, or Women's Day. If you are a woman, today's your day. You don't have to cook, you don't have to clean, you don't have to go around and blow me, see, because today is International Women's Day. It comes just once a year, fortunately, dear, because it's International Women's Day. Don't forget, and don't remember. Don't forget to remember. The other 364 days are Man Day. Alright? So don't get too comfortable. Happy International Women's Day, everybody. Today is the apogee of your liberation. Apogee of your liberation? I'm not sure there is. Are you suggesting that www.vertigonet is? I'm not sure there's a troll in here. I'm live now, Octavio Silvadeer. Yeah, I am live and there's a troll in here. It says Archangel, but who knows? Candace likes to play all kinds of those little games where she fakes who she is and she goes around pretending to be back with her biz, but she's not in the around. What does that mean? The official meal of the day is a sandwich. I'm telling you right now, every day's got its very official meal. Nobody can eat porridge on no Wednesday. Everybody's got its very official meal. Nobody has to eat porridge on a Wednesday. What was the title of my video? I don't know what the title of the video is. What video? I don't know what the title of the thing is. What thing? It's a video. I can't tell you what the title is. I don't keep track of that kind of biz. What was the title of the video you're talking about? It's not an apogee. That's an affiliate. Aphelion. Apogee, aphelion. Women's Day. It's a sandwich. The official meal of the day is a sandwich. No. A Women's Day, the official thing is they go and get a fancy handbag and... What was the other thing that they get? A fancy handbag and something else? Oh, I'm gonna knock your socks off, right. Have I knocked your socks off yet? If your socks are still on, my question is why? Why are you constantly leaving your socks on when I don't want you to? If your socks are still on, bring yourself over here. I'ma knock your socks off. If your socks are still on, bring yourself over here. I'ma knock your socks off. I'm not someone to tolerate no socks. If you got them on your feet, then you better know they rock. Cause mediocre socks are intolerable, see. And even the greatest socks in the world won't get their way past me. No socks. I'ma knock your socks off. I'ma knock your socks off of your feet. Knocking them off. Knocking them off. I'm knocking socks off of your feet. Knocking them off. Knocking them off. You got 1 pair, 2 pair, 4 pair, 3. Knocking them off. Knocking them off. I'm knocking all the pairs of socks now off of your feet. Cause I'm knocking them off and I'm knocking them off. Down G. I'm not the kind of guy to tolerate no socks. I'd rather eat the box of rocks. I was eating boxes of rocks sitting in the table, asking Archangel why she was able to constantly reference people that he is not. Because Kansas is a lot of people, and if she is not that one, then why would it not be fun for her to be him instead? In any way, it's in her head. I don't care what she says, I know that it may or may not be her. I'll tell you this though now, ma'am or sir, if it is not her, fine. But you can't blame me for thinking it might be. After all, she loves coming in and trolling, pretending to be named Joe or Bob or so, man. And it's okay, I suppose, if she wants. But of course, I don't believe her lots because she has a history of bullshitting about this sort of thing. And I'm not that thin and thin in the head that I can't remember how you did it before in December was. I'm I'ma knock your socks off. I'ma knock 'em off. I'ma knock your socks off. I'ma knock 'em off. If your socks is still on, you better watch out. Socks are still on. Well, you better watch out. Sock-clad feet, come see me. I'll knock your socks off of your feet. Sock-clad feet, come to me and I'll knock off your socks. I'ma knock your socks off every day. I'ma knock your socks off till your socks go away. Tired of being victimized by the sock knocking man. Your socks will hold a revolution and jump into a van and drive away. Drive away. Drive away. S-O-C-K-S spells socks. I got flocks and flocks and flocks and flocks of socks. Take them to the docks. Throw them to the sharks. Wear them to the park. Feed them to a lark. Named Mark. So anyway, I'm about done with this live stream now. I'm going to wrap it up. I know it's been self-indulgent, but you know, every once in a while, self's got to indulge himself. Like possibly constantly. I constantly got to indulge myself. Go ahead and have yourself a slice of pizza pie on the way out the door. That's for everybody. Go ahead and help yourself. If you got to touch a piece, though, please take it. Don't just touch it and put it back. That's gross. Octavio Silva, before you go to sleep, remember, drink a big glass of water. Otherwise, you might get dehydrated, and then you won't be able to birth a daughter. Okay? Hi, Rachel Apollosa. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful being with you since 1992. Rachel and I traveled back in time and got married some 25 years ago. Well, maybe not quite that long. You'd only have been 11. 10, I guess. Okay, well, anyway, good night. I'm sort of waiting for the drums to end, which would be a nice, convenient, like, you know, stopping spot. Nice NI stopping spot. Someday, I'm going to be beautiful and important like Frank James. What a wonderful occasion that will be. I just can't wait. It's like, oh my God, that guy is a role model for me. I'm going to get younger. I'm going to get more beautiful. I'm going to put some chest hairs here. I got some chest hairs right here, but I'm not sure they're going to do the job. Anyway, wow, this is almost done. So close. I was trying to kill time. We got this many seconds left. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, friends. I'm just going to end that beat. I'm going to end it right now. Bye. All right, thanks for being here. Don't forget to put in the cheese.